Hi everyone, welcome to Big Oggie Golf. I'm just on a little trip to take a look at another course that hopefully I'll be going to do some filming at very soon. But I thought I'd do a very quick intro. You see, the other day I was at Radnor with my coach Matt TUCKNOTT, and hopefully you've now seen the video previously, which is his what's in the bag. I hope you like the idea of this. We're going to try and get as many of the Big Oggie crew to do what's in the bag videos on the channel when I meet them. So we started with Matt, and well, like I said, hope you enjoyed that. And straight after that, we did a lesson. The lesson for me was all to do with my, well, very serious issues with the fairway wood. More of a confidence thing, really. It's a club that's been just sitting in my bag for the last, well, few months, and has basically never been pulled out of the bag to be used. Every time I try and use it, it just all goes wrong. So I needed a lesson about that, and it ended up not being a lesson about technique really, but more about thought processes, practice swings, all these kind of things. So I hope you enjoy it. It's about 15 minutes. It's a bit of banter between Matt and me, and well, I think it was really useful. Speak to you all again soon. Bye for now. Now, the thing I'll say, when we first talked about buying some clubs with me, I got the TaylorMade, yeah? So I had the TaylorMade R15 driver and a 3-wood. Yeah. And I hit the 3-wood like you won't believe. People just said, oh, you're just fantastic with the 3-wood. So when I changed to take this driver, I changed to a 5-wood. Yeah. To get more height, because again we had that problem with me getting height. Yeah. And I kept it for toffee. This one? Yeah, I would have kept the R15. Because the R15 I was really, it was just felt, because it was white, I just felt it was like, it just seemed a slightly different shape. Yeah. It just seemed, I don't know, flatter as opposed to the ball of the ball shape. Yeah. And I'm really trouble visualising this on the ground. Seems to. It's definitely me, but I just have no confidence in it.
It's all in the mind. Come on.
It's not a club I'll pick up and go, oh, I'll just pull this one out of the bag now and hit it. No. And I find I'm struggling distances. I'm getting a fairly decent drive.
And that's the
par 5. And then what do I do next? How do I get anywhere near a green?
Yeah.
Can't do it. So
let's see
I keep pulling out the hybrid and sometimes the 3-iron. But
have some practice swings.
Always too high with it. Yeah, happens all the time.
Keep going. If you look at that, that's it there anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that'd be the first thing to practice. Do it level with this yellow line, and just start monitoring where are you actually hitting on those practice swings. That's better.
Felt better, yeah.
Go on, go going.
A little bit in front, I think. That was better, but I kept the body down.
You put that ball there, see, that's exactly where you've just been swinging. Don't look at the ball now though. You just repeat the same movement.
And that's what I should be doing, isn't it?
Solved.
That's what I should be doing.
Yeah. Now all jokes aside, is that recording us still?
Yeah, it should be.
Perfect. Right.
Yeah.
Are we on?
Yeah, you're a bit of a silhouette, but you're on, yeah.
That's okay. I'm used to being a silhouette. Right. John, come on back in camera. All jokes aside, you might have to cut and edit some of that film, but I think you almost answered the $1 million question. Why do I tend to do this? Yeah. Practice swings are actually okay. Yeah. Yeah. And what we saw was the practice swings, in my mind, weren't okay.
No, I just felt they were okay, so I was getting them out of the way.
Yeah,
kind of
because when you stood, you stand outside very quickly. When you, and this is going to give you a little snippet for a video for you to do. When you do your practice swing, and the club's hitting here,
way back,
hitting here, it's doing that. But all you're marking success on is, well, you know, I finish like this.
Yeah, that's more of a warm up in the body as opposed to actually a swing, isn't it?
It's not accurate enough. And then what we did go through, and like I said, you might have to cut and edit the video, was we'll have some practice swings that are more exact. And assuming on your practice swing you're looking at the ground and you are hitting the ground, assuming you are, if we then put a ball in that same place where you hit the ground a second ago, as long as you think the same, your chances or the laws of probability should increase that you'll do the same. But it's that amazing thing that when you ask someone, what are you thinking on practice swing? They go, not a lot, I'm just looking at the ground and I'm trying to hit the ground. Fine. Well, when you then stare at the top of the ball and you start worrying about the result, you're very unlikely to repeat the same movement because you weren't doing that a second ago. So the point I'm making is, and just as a very quick point, make sure first of all the practice swings are accurate to where you're looking, rather than just having practice swings then blaming the shot with the ball was wrong. But assuming the practice swings are good, when you move across to the ball, don't stare at the ball.
That's just my big issue. Stare at the ball. Stare at the ball.
And when before anyone says, well, what are you looking at? Look at the ground, because surely when you're having your practice swings, you were looking at the ground.
To stroke the ground, to brush the ground.
Exactly. So that was the command, wasn't it? And again, I always remember Carl Morris, NLP guru, always used to, I had an email conversation with him once upon a time about this, trying to help someone with a real mental issue with their golf game. And he asked us some question, well, have you asked them what they are thinking? Rather than they, as a pupil, normally come to you and ask you the question. But it should be the other way around really. Well, what are you thinking? Because in that practice swing, if you're thinking X, Y, Z and you're producing a result, surely it should be X, Y and Z when the ball's there. But you can't think different things, you can't look at different things, and therefore whether you're concentrating on the ground just behind the ball, or the better players maybe slightly in front of the ball, depends on whether you're trying to compress it or just take it clean off. The one thing that's not negotiable is you're not trying to hit a ball, it's a swing. So I'm making a swing here, it's simple, it's coordinated. I stand next to a golf ball that just happens to be in the way, I'm still trying to make that same swing, regardless of whether there's a ball there or not. Now on the practice swing, I know this is taking more than a minute now. You know, on the practice swing you sort of go left shoulder, right shoulder, and I'm looking at you. I haven't once looked out there, have I?
No.
So it doesn't then cease to amaze me that when people miss-hit golf balls, there's a lot of looking out there, yet they don't do that when the ball's down. Now I'm not saying your head has to stay down indefinitely, quite the opposite. As soon as this right shoulder hits your chin, you should be up and out.
But it certainly does work for me. When I concentrate and I get that bit of swing right again, it does what it's supposed to do.
Exactly.
When I do that, I'm just going to see where it's gone because I know it's not gone very well.
It's a vicious circle, isn't it?
It's compounded.
So it sounds obvious, and we say it's that $1 million question, what do you do differently? But maybe the question should be, what are you thinking when the ball's not there, as in the practice swing? What do you think about when the ball's there? And I can guarantee most people there's two different thought processes. It's not the same.
Because I don't know if I'm going to put that on the film, but we were just discussing before I actually hit a ball that I really like the old TaylorMade I had, and I've lost confidence in the Titleist, which is supposed to be a better club, newer club.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's just a confidence thing.
Yeah,
it's definitely doable what it looks like, because you don't actually end up looking at the club anyway.
Definitely. And to me, I stand here and think, well, concentrate on what I can control, and what I can control is the club hitting where I'm looking at. So I'm then thinking, right, the ball's now in the way, but I'm not hitting a ball, I'm trying to make that same swing that I made a second ago. The fact I've now hit a ball is secondary.
And that's the same with every club, including the putter and everything else. It's about repetitive repetition of the same thing, isn't it?
Yes, but it's think the same, do the same, which is the important thing. But like we said, having a quick look at this today is your practice session, but that wouldn't go far away from basic rest of your practice session today on.
Yeah, me again, that one.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
So, eyes looking at the ground. Feel the club head against the ground. Yeah. Yeah. Move the ball in the way, or you move the club to the ball. Same swing. Better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's almost so simple, people can't just accept the fact that all you're trying to do is make the same swing.
Sure.
And they'll say they are trying to make the same swing, but I can guarantee you most people think different thought processes as soon as the ball's there.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if it's going to come out because we're pretty much in darkness in the back here. Cameras don't show that. That might be our next actual video.
Yes.
Don't you? About thought processes and
yeah, definitely.
repetition.
Yeah, and again, just to round this one up before you practice and I go up. The simplest thought process are always the best ones. Yeah. And one of the ones that a lot of tour players use is the club starts in A.
Yeah.
It goes to B. It returns to A. Now they might be thinking different things about how it goes from A to B, B to A, but keeping it simple, club starts in A, I go to B, I return to A.
And as long as it ends up back in exactly where they were lining up in the first place.
Yeah. And okay, there's maybe some variables on the route it's going, but as long as you get back to A had the club face square.
Yeah.
A had the ball out the middle of the club head. As a result, it's going to go, and then we've just got to learn to make sure A is exactly A, not A minus, A plus.
For me, at my level, it's hitting the ball consistently with a decent strike.
Definitely.
And then when I get better, a couple of years time maybe, we'll start manipulating things, but at the moment it's strike.
I remember back to one of your very first lessons I ever gave you in that group, and funny enough, I taught one of the ladies in that group, Erica, the other day. She's playing a lot of golf. Well, no, she's not playing a lot of golf, but she's playing golf like you now. Started as a beginner, and I always remember doing the same exercise with the tee pegs. Yeah. And I said to everyone, I always do, if you put 5 tee pegs in the ground and you walk down them, trying to hit them, and you get 5 out of 5 out, we know the swing's consistent.
And that's always been my issue. I can never get the damn pegs out of the ground.
But then the follow-up exercise is put those same 5 tee pegs in the ground, put 5 balls on them. If you think the same, you'll do the same. It's a simple test. Hit the 5 shots. Yeah.
Hit the tee pegs out of the ground.
Did all 5 come out?
Yeah.
Because again, you can guarantee, even though people say, yeah, it's easy, most people don't. Most people, their attention comes up.
Because they start to hit the ball, not the position.
Yeah, definitely. So it's all about repeating the same thing. And funny enough, I gave a lesson to a member down at Falmouth Golf Club the other day, plays up about 2 handicap. We were doing more wedge work, in terms of that awkward, 70 to 125 yard length. And he sort of said to me halfway through the lesson, I tend to just stare at the top of the ball.
Even at a 2 handicap, you're doing.
And it was that strange one. And he said, well, it makes sense because when I do my practice swings, they feel good, and I am looking at the grass, and they're skimming the grass, and I can manipulate that as you'd expect a 2 handicappers to do. Yeah, he said, when I wander across them to the ball, I just stare at the top of the ball and wonder why. Well, my attention to detail, like not falling off there, just wavers ever so slightly, and it's only got to be slightly out. But he would have said that his practice to when the ball's there are 2 different thought processes. He went away like you're going to go away with the 3-wood, him with the wedge, going, what I do here is practice is now exactly the same, it's just that a ball happens to be in the way.
Yeah.
And the same thing, I'm leaving you thinking, the ball just gets picked up. You're not hitting the ball.
No.
As a result of the action, the ball gets struck, but you're not trying to hit the ball.
No, we're about to face it. So I'm creating an arc and the ball on the arc.
Definitely, yeah.
So.
Because unless you said to me, no Matt, because when I'm having a practice swing, I'm practicing hitting the ball. Well, lovely. Well, then practice hitting the ball when the ball's there.
But in reality, you're hitting you're touching the ground. You're trying to.
The task is, can I get the club to skim? Can I get the club to skim? Can I get the club to skim? There's a ball in the way. I'll try and hit the ball now.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
You've got to get the club to skim.
It's got to skim the ground.
Yeah.
So skim, skim, skim is what you're trying to make the club do. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that
Lovely.
one.
Thank you.
I will come out and camera review. I've got to do some more lessons.
All right, mate. Thank you very much. Oh, look at that. Why aren't you watching now, Matt?